Clinton, Missouri, April 4th, 1991. It was a quiet spring night in the small town of Clinton, population barely 8,000. The streets were calm. The stores had long closed. And the hum of the street lights was the only sound cutting through the silence. At the edge of the town square stood a payphone, glowing dimly under a flickering bulb. Beside it, a dirty green pickup truck sat parked, its engine off, its driver half hidden in the shadows. And standing just a few feet away was Angela Hammond, a bright, smiling 20-year-old woman, chatting casually with her boyfriend, Rob Schaefer, on the phone. A late-night call. Angela was well-liked in Clinton. Everyone knew her, the cheerful, outgoing young woman with the curly hair and big heart. She worked at a bank, was taking classes, and had plans for her future. She and Rob had been together for about a year, and they were expecting a baby. That night, Angela had spent the evening with a friend, talking and laughing about life, love, and the upcoming baby. Round 11:15 p.m., she decided to head home. On her way, she stopped at the payphone near the town square to call Rob, just to say goodnight. "Hey, what are you up to?" she asked, her voice light. Rob was at his parents' house babysitting his younger brother. They chatted about their plans for the weekend and the baby. It was a normal, sweet, everyday call, until Angela mentioned something strange. "There's this guy in a beat-up green truck," she said, laughing nervously. "He keeps driving round the square. Kinda weird." Rob asked what he looked like. Angela peered into the night. "He's got a beard, maybe glasses. And he's just sitting there by the phone booth now." Rob told her to stay calm. Probably just a harmless local guy. Angela agreed, trying to brush it off, but her voice grew tenser as the conversation continued. "He's getting out of the truck now," she said quietly. "He's walking toward me." The scream. Then there was a scream. A high, sharp, terrified sound that tore through the line. Rob froze. "Angela. Angela." He shouted into the phone. But the call had gone dead. He bolted out of the house, jumped into his truck, and sped toward town. Tires screeched as he flew down the empty streets of Clinton, heart pounding, headlights slicing through the darkness. As he reached the town square, he saw it, a green pickup truck speeding away from the payphone. Inside, just for a split second, he saw her, Angela, struggling, shouting for help. Rob slammed his foot on the accelerator and gave chase. He pursued the truck through the streets. But fate was cruel. Halfway down the road, his transmission gave out. His truck sputtered, slowed, and stopped. The green pickup vanished into the black Missouri night. The investigation. Police launched a massive search immediately. They combed through fields, wooded areas, rivers, anywhere a vehicle could have gone. They questioned residents, truck owners, strangers passing through town. But Angela Hammond had simply vanished. The description of the abductor's truck was crucial. A green Ford pickup truck, a decal of a fish, like a base, on the back window, rust and dirt along the sides. Witnesses recalled seeing a similar truck in town earlier that week. The man described was in his 30s or 40s, with glasses, a beard, and a worn baseball cap. But no one knew who he was. The police had little to go on. There was no physical evidence left at the payphone, no signs of a struggle, nothing of Rob's eyewitness account and Angela's final words. A town in fear. The disappearance rocked Clinton to its core. Everyone locked their doors at night. Parents kept their daughters close. The story spread across Missouri and beyond. A young woman, pregnant and full of life, vanishing into thin air from a public payphone. For Rob Schaefer, it was torture. Some townspeople whispered their doubts. After all, he was the last one to hear her voice, the only witness to the abduction. But investigators quickly cleared him. His story matched every piece of evidence, and his heartbreak was genuine. He had done everything he could, but fate had worked against him. The connection, the Missouri red light abductions. In the months following Angela's disappearance, two eerily similar cases emerged in nearby Missouri towns, Chillicothe and Moberly. Women were abducted late at night near public places. Often after being seen near vehicles resembling that green pickup, investigators began to suspect a serial predator, someone traveling across central Missouri, hunting women in small towns. One suspect soon caught their attention: Kenneth McDuff, a notorious Texas murderer who was on parole at the time and known to travel through Missouri. But despite some similarities, no evidence tied him directly to Angela's case. McDuff was later executed in Texas for other crimes, but Angela's name was never among his confirmed victims. Theories and leads. Over the decades, countless theories have surfaced. The drifter theory. Some believe Angela's abductor was a transient man just passing through, a stranger who picked the wrong night to stop in Clinton and the right moment to strike. The local suspect theory. Others insist he had to be someone local, familiar with the area, able to vanish without being noticed. The serial connection theory. A number of investigators believe Angela's case might be linked to other unsolved disappearances of young women in Missouri during the early 90s. Every few years, new tips come in: a reported sighting, a confession, a piece of evidence. But nothing has ever led to Angela. The unanswered call. Today, the payphone is long gone. The town square has changed, but the story still lingers, whispered among locals, retold by true crime fans, analyzed by detectives who can't let it go. Angela Hammond would be 54 years old today. Her child, the one she never got to meet, would be in their 30s. Her boyfriend Rob went on to live a quiet life, haunted by that night. In interviews, he often said the same thing: if I had been just a few seconds faster, maybe she'd still be here. The mystery endures. No one knows who the man in the green pickup was. No one knows where he went, or what became of Angela Hammond. Her case remains open, a cold file in the Clinton Police Department. Every year, her family and community remember her, the girl with the bright smile, who made one last phone call and disappeared into the dark. Somewhere out there, someone knows what happened that night in 1991. Until they come forward, Angela's voice will echo forever through the static of that call.